Hey, this is Sencred from the 2, back at you with another Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition walkthrough video for the walkthrough. I like saying that, it just rolls off the tongue. Today we're going to be going over the Maridinos cave plus Bloodstone, but mostly just the Maridinos cave. In Luke Forest, I only have one video for this. It's actually not really complicated. But as far as combat, as far as fighting it, so this will be a pretty straightforward video. Up here is where you run into the Spider Queen. Down here is where you run into Frederick, down at the bottom of this cliff. He sends it. My boy's laughing at me now. So if you hear that, that's my son. Down here is where you run into Frederick. He's wounded. He tells you to go into here and find his imp.
Frederick last saw the imp at the top of this cliff, but there isn't a soul in sight.
He must have hidden in the cave Frederick mentioned.
As soon as you go down in there, there's a chest. Kind of a weird location, so you might miss it. Okay. As per normal, we're going to be skipping through a lot of this. It's just kind of worthless. So you go up into the room and loot it.
It certainly doesn't seem to have been.
There's really, nothing of quest importance in here. Just random loot locations. Just pick it clean. Okay, then we're going to head down. So we're heading north. We'll be heading elevation-wise down, though. Let's check out this bridge. Okay, and then we're going to be going into the garden. Ah, jeez. Looting more crates. It's like OCD. If I pass a crate, I just have to look in it. I cannot help myself. But anyway, here we are in the garden.
I think there are hidden foes ahead.
Now, this is a very easy fight. You should be level 15 by this point in time. When you first start in the game, you'll be like level 1, level 2, level 3, and you're actually can have cases where you're fighting people that are at your level or slightly above your level. But by the time you hit about, I don't know, level 9, level 10, everything in the game is everything's below you. But anyway. So by this point in time, you should be 15. And, you should easily crush this guy with, So here's... Oh, didn't have enough. I messed up there. Because typically you should have enough for a, hail attack and then a adrenaline and then a rain of arrows. You can start to double this up. But we'll skip through this fight. You should know how to do this. Armored Undead Decapitator, they're great for throwing in front of these kind of guys because they take no damage from poison, so they can just sit here and just absorb all of this. And as you see, you just won't take any damage. By this point in the game, it's very, very, very likely to see yourself take a bunch of damage. So, anyway, so down here, in here, you're going to have some places you can pick. There's also a place you need to dig to find a key. You also find that adventurer kit here. I'm still deciding whether or not I'm going to do a video on all those kit pieces because they're totally worthless. Absolutely, totally worthless. They're edited in a way that they are probably about 4 levels above what they should be. So when you craft like a level 3 adventurer's axe, they'll have let's say a required level of 14. Well, if you craft weapons at level, let's say 10, it's at that level or far better than the level 14. And so anyway, I still don't know if I want to do that because people collect it because they want to be, completionists, I guess. But the weapons are absolutely horrendous, and so you would never actually ever use them. So I guess we'll see. You find that kit here. The other thing is that you're going to be in this area. You're going to find the ingredients to make yourself the elixir of strength or courage. Maybe I made that. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, so this is how you make it. So I'll just show you this real quick. It's an apple plus a pumpkin. Boop, 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 boop. There's your potion. Then you're gonna go talk to this imp up here.
Shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done it.
This is important. This is important. This guy has, so if you like plague grenades, which are actually pretty useful, okay? This guy has the most of these you will find in the game, and they cost nothing. So this is great. You find him, you need to buy all these. Just buy them all. Turn them all into plague grenades, and you will have, 27 stock plague grenades if you ever feel like you want to toss them, okay? So that's great. So anyway, you want to tell him to be independent, okay? So you want to tell him to be independent.
I don't think I've ever met a creature.
That's right.
Yes. Yes.
And then once you tell him to be independent, you want to give him the potion. Why? This is the best way that you'll get to gain the most points possible in the right field, such as independent and such, but also the most experience. So this is what you want to do. If you see any of these iron ore, always just pick them. It's just free gold. And there's my OCD kicking in again. I have to look at the barrels. You know, and I do this with everything. I look at the barrels with everything, which is why Lucky Charm over the course of the game for me will be far more useful. And seems to be even more useful in Divinity Original Sin 2. In this, it just kind of occasionally will drop crafting, extra crafting gear. In Divinity Original Sin 2, it will actually drop gear. So that's cool. So you'll use that key you got in the garden. You'll come in here.
Is it? I doubt you'll mind if we help ourselves to any
And you can just attack these guys.
he might have left behind.
This is my, like I said, and you've seen now when I open the videos, this is actually my weaker of the two parties. This is not how you want to start the fight. You want to light this oil on fire first. Why? Because as I just displayed, the AI does not even attempt to avoid oil. Does not even attempt to avoid it. So you've just, reduced the movement of all your people. I don't be that big a deal because I'm not going to be running all over the place. But just so you know, you see oil, just light it on fire. Get rid of it. Or just avoid hand click away from it. But anyway, so you're going to fight this group. This group is a joke. And I'm playing uber safe in this. Why? Because this is my honor mode group. I'm pretty sure, 99% sure that some of these videos have my honor mode group that I did over a year and a half ago. And that's why you always see me summon first. And later on I said, you know what? It'd be even more useful if she had some summons. So in my guide, like I said, everyone has a summon spider. Then by this point in the game, by level 10 to level 15, you'll start having summon an undead decapitator, give her Nick, and then summon undead decapitator, summon undead decapitator, and you can throw these guys out here, and they're extremely useful. Extremely useful. I mean, they like in these situations, they're completely immune to disease and poison. You throw them in front of this guy, and this guy just tries to tap him and can't even injure him. Can't even injure him, right? Like this guy was down here, getting injured here. This guy's just not, who's up here, is not even getting injured. Pretty pathetic. So, as you can say,
Shocking power.
jeez Louise. This is a long battle. And as you can see, I'm not even getting injured. So, I mean, it's just follow the guide. Alright, so finally over. Wear sheep armor ingredients here. It's a really weird armor. It's like the adventuring thing. I mean, it's like you go through all this trouble to get this frickin' wear sheep armor done, and it's just not even that good. In the original, it was a little bit better. Not because it changed, but because gear was different in the original. And so you could see it be a little more useful in the original. But in the Enhanced Edition, the Were-Sheep armor just isn't that good. So unless you want to rush into the Phantom Force, get the Were-Sheep armor really early, you know, level 15, which you can do. You're probably not even going to be using it. But anyway, there it is here. This book that you see sticking out here. It's the only other thing in this area that you're really going to want to draw your attention to. Right there, as I just shown.
Does anything seem different now? Hunters 1, secretive.
Bada beam, bada boom.
0.
We're getting pretty good at this, if I do say so myself.
There's your bloodstone.
What's that?
You want this book here too. So I should note that this book's important. This book's going to get you into the Troll King's lair.
Ah, what have we here?
And geez Louise,
It's
I
got
do
to
not
be the
even use
bloodstone
bloodstone.
Frederick is so desperate for.
I could actually have used one in this fight that happens here. I get kind of wounded with, I think, white, if I remember correctly.
Hold your tongue and listen.
So anyway, this is one of those fights that you can
Omniscient will death cannot hold.
farm for XP, as people like to say. I don't understand why. Because you're talking about farming per person, so he summons people, you can kill those people. And each person he summons, you will actually get experience for killing him, but they give you so little experience that you have to sit here forever. Ever. And it's just not worth it. So I'll show you here. You know. I'll show you here where I keep killing them, and see, White gets a little injured here. I could, I guess, apparently used a bloodstone on him, but I just didn't even care. So I don't. So he gets a little injured here.
On the men.
Right about there, I notice it. And, you know, I could keep fighting him, his minions, and keep fighting his minions. Which I show in the video. You can just keep killing them. You get, you know, 4,500, which is so little. So little.
Duty myself.
These guys also have knockdown, which is fantastic. So if they just hit somebody, they can knock them down. So they're pretty brutal. Pretty brutal.
Death cannot hold you, Meredith, the even star. When Maradino bids you return.
And there's yet another summon. Okay.
Frederick last saw.
And I just ended it there. As you can see, this fight can just go on and on and on and on and on. And you can milk it for as much experience or as little experience as you want. And that is it. So that is your Luca Forest Maradino's Cave. At this point in time, you can go out, give the Bloodstone to Frederick, and then kill Frederick and complete that chain of quests. I haven't actually confirmed this, but I was told that if you actually leave the map after talking to Frederick, Frederick will actually die. So if you want the experience, go down, give him the Bloodstone, because you don't even, you know, might as well. Gives you the more experience than when you actually use it yourself. So you'll give him the Bloodstone, you get experience for that. When the Bloodstone gets used up and gets turned into a Starstone, you'll absorb the Starstone, you'll get more experience. And then, you know, Frederick will get mad at you for destroying the Starstone, you get to kill him. So it's a pretty good chain of events to milk experience. And that is the quest, Maradino's Cave. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that these are informative and this walkthrough is done in a way that you can pick and choose videos that you're a little bit confused at and need a little help at. If you have any questions, as always, please leave a comment, and I will get back to you as soon as I can.